Well, greetings and welcome to Alpha Bravo Pinball. Today on the program, Cirqus Voltaire. Like usual, I'll take you through the details of the game, we'll look at all the shots, and I'll show you how to play it. Let's get started. Released by Bally Williams in 1997, Cirqus Voltaire was designed by John Papaduke, with software and rules design credit going to Cameron Silver. It was John Papaduke's fourth game after World Cup Soccer in 1994, Theater of Magic in 1995, and Tales of the Arabian Nights in 1996. Incidentally, it would be followed by the very last pinball machine ever made by Bally Williams, Star Wars Episode 1. That's a bit of a different game. It's a Pinball 2000 machine. It's a whole other story, and a story I hope to tell one day in the future. But as far as his traditional games go, they are the first four that I just talked about here. In terms of sales, Cirqus Voltaire did the worst of all of these machines, which probably comes down to a couple of things. First of all, the pinball market as a whole was in a major decline at the time. But second, there's strong evidence that Cirqus Voltaire did not get market acceptance at the time of its release, especially compared to the title that came just before it, The Great Medieval Madness. You can actually go back on the forums of the time, rec.games.pinball on Usenet, and see for yourself all the posts from distributors selling the game at a discounted price after they had sat in their warehouse for a while. If only you could buy a copy of the game for such a cheap price nowadays. Cirqus Voltaire has since skyrocketed in value, and now it costs more to buy a used one today in 2025 than many brand new pinball machines. So, what is it that makes this game so special? Between all of its unique design elements, Cirqus Voltaire stands out as a game like none other. It was a true blend of new things never seen before at the time, but at the same time bringing back some not often used features from pinball history. Every pinball machine is an evolution of the ones that came before. Some things like flippers and pop bumpers are such a success that they appear on pretty much every game after that. But others come and disappear for a while, sometimes a long while. As I take you through the playfield of Cirqus Voltaire and show you the different elements of the game, let's play a little game. Take a guess along the way whether you think a particular element has appeared before on a pinball machine or was done for the very first time on Cirqus Voltaire. The results might surprise you. And just to be clear, I cast zero shame here showing you how some of the elements appeared on prior games. Cirqus is basically the opposite of a copy-paste job and a truly unique game that plays like none other. I think it's just cool to see the evolution of pinball over the decades, how things come back but in their own way, making them unique and at the same time evolutionary. There's a bit of irony here, I think, that bringing back old design elements makes the game more different. And frankly, I hope we see more of this in the future, pinball companies taking inspiration from designs of past decades and bringing us more variety in the modern machines of today. With that said, let's go through the playfield and look at what we've got here, starting from left to right. And just a quick note before we do, you should know this copy of the game is pretty close to original, but it does have some aftermarket LED lights, as well as some aftermarket inner cabinet artwork applied. The factory game would have just been plain black on the inside of the cabinet here. Anyway, on to the game itself. Right off the bat, you'll see something you may never have seen before on a pinball machine, a giant ball trapped in a metal cage. This is the menagerie area on the game, and it has a stand-up target behind the ball. The big captive ball, of course, gets in your way and in general just adds to the ball's wild feeling on that area of the playfield. So this idea of a giant captive ball, was that a new type of thing invented on Cirqus Voltaire? Or was it brought back to life from pinball's past? The game that comes to mind here for me is Gottlieb's Cue Ball Wizard from 1992. Same idea of having a large ball trapped behind a metal wire form you smash into, but the implementation is definitely a bit different there, in that you're knocking the ball into targets, billiard style. So you could say Cirqus Voltaire takes inspiration from it, but definitely changes it and makes it its own thing. Next up, we have the left orbit onto the game. There's actually 3 different exits from this left orbit. First, the ball can complete the orbit and come back down on the right side. Second, the ball can get diverted under the playfield and get shot back out onto the playfield by an upkicker. And third, the ball can head into the saucer juggling area, another pretty unique feature on Cirqus Voltaire here. Here you'll see that there are a couple of saucers sitting right next to each other. Typically, a saucer on a game holds a ball, and when the game decides to release the ball, well, it just comes back into play, and that's that. Games will use this for ball locks, for instance. Cirqus Voltaire, however, will use these saucers to play a neat trick where one saucer will send the ball directly into another saucer instead of releasing it directly into play. It does build into a multi-ball, and that's a really fun feature of this game. Certainly not a common thing to have one saucer, go and shooting the ball into another, but is this the first time we've seen this? Nope, there's one other game that came immediately to mind, for me at least, that does something similar, although admittedly the saucers are spaced way further apart, so they're used a little bit of a different way, but that's Bally's Spectrum from 1982. Spectrum plays nothing like Cirqus Voltaire, but nevertheless, it has this element, and I think it's pretty cool to see if there's an inspiration here. It's good stuff. Next, we have the left ramp. At first glance, it might look like this is the only ramp on the game, but there's actually 2. We'll get to that. But anyway, the left ramp is not very far back, so it's not super hard to hit. Do be careful with the 2 stand-up targets that flank it left and right, though, because those can be dangerous. At the top of the ramp, the ball can take 2 paths to come back down. It can come down alongside the neon tube on the right side of the game, feeding the right in lane. Or if you had hit those 2 stand-up targets I just mentioned, at the top of the ramp is a magnet which will catch the ball and send it back alongside on the high wire ball lock ramp. Do this 3 times for high wire multi-ball. Did I mention the neon tube? Wow, we all take for granted nowadays modern LED lighting that can make pretty much any color, but remember that at the time of its release, pinball machines were still being lit by incandescent bulbs. It would have been a pretty wild thing to see Cirqus Voltaire when it first came out with its mad-colored neons. And by the way, different copies of the game had them in different colors. Cirqus Voltaire pushed pinball lighting to new heights here for sure, and who knows, maybe inspired the multicolor lighting we have today. Back to the playfield in the middle back of the game. First, we have a horseshoe, and as it is typical for horseshoes on games, regardless of which side you shoot the ball, the ball will come back to you on the opposite side. There's a spinner on the right side of the horseshoe, and on the left side of the horseshoe, well, that's where balls come down from the juggler area. In the center of the game is the most prominent feature on Cirqus Voltaire, the ringmaster. Hit the wow targets at the back of the ringmaster area and watch as it will catch the ball with a magnet on the top of its head, rise up, fling the ball, and turn into a bash toy. After you bash it enough times, it'll rise up even more, and then you can shoot the ball under its neck, only for the ball to disappear under the game. This is the defining feature on Cirqus Voltaire. So, is it new or old? Well, it's definitely new, never seen before, really, really cool feature. But if you squint just a little bit, you can see elements of this mechanism in prior Bally Williams games for sure. For me, Arabian Nights with its bash toy, it has this disappearing ball. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Again, you have to squint. But then also like the time expander in Doctor Who, it can rise up and you shoot the ball and it goes back down and the ball goes with it. Both of these mechanisms, and the Ringmaster, all of these mechanisms are just Williams magic at its best. Incredible stuff, and why Williams was #1 in the world during the 1990s. It's great, great stuff. By the way, did you notice how the display on Cirqus Voltaire is positioned on the playfield itself, not the back box? There's 2 advantages that I can see putting it there, and I'm surprised this is not something that's caught on. For one, the display is way closer to your field of view when playing the game. But for 2, it just makes for a really impressively large backbox artwork. We'll get to the backbox here in a second, but yeah, that display, great idea. Was it the first? Nope, that honor goes to Capcom's Flipper Football from a year prior, 1996. Again, I think it's just a real shame we haven't seen this return. We've seen games put the display on the playfield itself, but I don't know, there's just something unnatural to me about looking at a screen at such a shallow angle. The screen on Cirqus Voltaire is basically completely perpendicular to your view, and it's just perfect. But yes, back to the back box. Not only is the artwork unusually large since it doesn't have to share room for a display panel, but it has one other prominent feature, backbox animation. Behind the front panel artwork is a ball that's shot up to the top, and it comes back across a spinner and randomly takes one of the available paths. This type of thing is straight out of pinball history. Backbox animations mostly disappeared a long while ago, presumably for cost reasons. But check out this Gottlieb Bankeball backbox from 1965. A billiards-themed game, obviously, and as you make the different billiard ball shots on the game, they actually pop down on the backbox. There actually have been more recent examples before Cirqus Voltaire as well, such as on Scared Stiff just a year before, but nevertheless a super uncommon feature in modern times and something I hope we see again on games in the future. Back to our sweep of the playfield here, it's worth mentioning the two stand-up targets to the left and right of the ringmaster. These count as a hit on the ringmaster when it is raised up, but also hits here will light up the Ballyhoo sideshow at the left orbit, which gives you a random award, which can include some video modes. But I just love the call out to Ballyhoo here, by the way, which was Bally's first pinball machines and what kickstarted Bally Pinball in the early 1930s. On the right side of the playfield is a combination orbit and ramp. Yep, you heard that right. This shot can do two things. It can return the ball back on the left side as an orbit, or it can be a ramp that feeds the ball to the left flipper. The ramp entrance here is hidden at the back of the game. You can't really see it when you're playing, but thanks to some tripod contortions, here it is for you to see. It's not super common to have a ramp start this way, but it was done on designer John Papaduke's prior game, Theater of Magic. Even more to the right, we have the pop bumper nest. Really nice to see it closer to the action here and not just squirreled away under a ramp. There are two of the regular type pop bumpers, and the third is a disappearing pop bumper that the game calls the boom balloon. Basically, this is a standard pop bumper mounted on a mechanism that allows it to raise and lower. When raised, it's a pop bumper like any other, and when it's lowered, it's just gone and the ball rolls flat over it like any other part of the playfield. Pretty cool, right? So, is this a new thing or an old thing? Surely a new thing, right? Wrong. You can be excused if you haven't seen this mechanism before because it goes way back many decades to the 1950s, appearing on a few Williams titles from the time. Here's a flyer for the 1959 Sea Wolf, which features it quite prominently. It's pretty cool, right? A couple quick playfield mentions before we move on to gameplay. We have some rollover targets, which again are a super common thing in games from decades ago, but less common nowadays. Designer John Papaduke did use them on his first game, though, World Cup Soccer. And we have some exposed wood near the flipper area. Another crystal clear call out to pinball's past. This isn't something you see much on modern games, but it was pretty much a standard thing decades ago. Check out my 1974 Sky Jump. And then there's also my 2018 Beatles, which is also clearly doing a shout out to pinball history. The last thing here to point out on the playfield is the very prominent set of insert lights just above the flippers. Like on many games, this is your progress on the game and shows you all the things you need to do to get to the wizard mode. This is something that's best illustrated playing the game, of course, so let's switch over to our multi-camera view and play the game. All right, folks, let's play some Cirqus Voltaire. Typically, when I start, I go straight for the ringmaster, bring him up. What you'll find is while you're working on some other goals in the game, when the ringmaster is raised, you'll just get a bunch of free accidental, there you go, free accidental hits on it. Might as well it be up. So the shots that you won't make accidentally in this game, there you go, there's the left orbit, the right orbit, you need to collect a bunch of shots on those. Those won't happen accidentally, but when you miss the orbit, sometimes you'll just end up on the ringmaster, so... There you go. See, look at that. Already done with the first one. And we already have ball lock available at the ramp for high wire multi-ball. So there's the first ringmaster. Quick business there, getting that one done. We got a few shots already for juggler on the left orbit. And we'll try to lock our ball for multi-ball up the left ramp. And just like I'm working on different things, different goals at the same time, the game also stacks a lot of different things. You definitely want a ringmaster raised. Ooh, that was close. Almost lost that one. You want a ringmaster raised when you're going into multi-balls, for instance, because again, you'll just stack the progress on them. So now I need 3 wow shots, which are deeper in, so you don't get them quite as accidentally. Oh, and the boom balloon! All right, there's ringmaster number 2. There's 4 of them to get to the wizard mode. Alrighty, I think that's juggler ball lock 1 now.
I can juggle 1 ball, no problem.
Oh.
The boom ball is yours.
And there's juggler lock 2.
I can juggle 2 balls all day.
See, there's an accidental hit that I'm talking about. All right, juggler lock 3. So we've got some jackpots lit at the left and right orbits here. But of course, you could, there's a jackpot right off the bat. You can work on the ringmaster too. And there's a nice ball save period at the beginning of the multi-ball as well. Now I've got Ringmaster Frenzy, the second Ringmaster's mode, stacked on top of Juggler. Normally, Ringmaster Frenzy is only 2 balls, so it's kind of nice to have 2 multi-balls stacked here and be doing the goals of both at the same time. Glass hit. I think the ball jumped onto the wire for him. I'll take some Frenzy hits. Oh, there's another jackpot. I'll take those jackpots all day long. Oh, that feed is dangerous. There you go. Last one. Down to 2 balls, I believe. Meanwhile, the frenzy continues. They're not worth a huge amount of points, but... Oh, a backhand left orbit. That's always satisfying. Oh, and a bounce off the spring with a bad feed down the middle. Well, there's the end of multi-ball, but made good progress there. Get my wow shots to bring the ringmaster back up. Meanwhile, I still haven't locked a single ball for high wire. That's just sitting there. Of course, you can't do that during the multi-ball. Ooh, almost. Another near miss. Nope, wrong one, wrong one. Oh, sideshow's lit. Those targets that flank the ringmaster, you get those enough times and you get the sideshow lit at the left orbit. The targets actually say ballyhoo in front of them. Still haven't made much acrobat progress. Oh, all right. Well, it registered. It didn't go all the way around, but enough to count. At least one acrobat shot. I would love to get either orbit. On the left orbit, I've got my sideshow. Oh, I think that's the end of ball 1. Not a bad ball 1. Or was that ball 2? I've lost track. Oh, that was ball 1. All right, that was definitely a good ball 1. A lot of progress made. And there's the sideshow.
I now award you
Cannonball Run! This is a mode in which you push flipper buttons, and for 10 seconds the ball will fire on the cannon on the back glass. You can't see it, but guess what, folks? I can't see it either, because in order to get rid of reflections off of the glass up there, I've covered it in black cloth, so you can't see it, I can't see it either, but basically you just mash the flipper buttons for 10 seconds anyway, so I think it's much more important to be able to give you a nice view of the playfield. Finally, we get our high wire ball lock 1. Oh, juggler. I think this is juggler number 2 here, starting to block balls for juggler number 2. Of course, what I really need is the acrobat shot on the opposite orbit. Oh, and a bad center drain. Not quite as... Oh! Ho ho! We were just in the grace period after I did not see the ball save light there, but we must have been just in the grace period. There's juggler 2.
I can juggle 2 balls.
And now, of course, I'm very close to the Raz multi-ball, the ringmaster number 3. Uh-oh. Whew. Need a little nudge there to save that one. Oh, off the pop bumper into the under the ringmaster head there. I'll take it any way I can get it. After you get this far, you get an extra ball lit at the left orbit as well. You see that red arrow there. Oh, world's fastest ringmaster Raz there. Would have been nice to stack it with... see? If I had gotten that one shot 10 seconds sooner, it would have stacked juggler multi-ball with the Raz multi-ball, but...
I can juggle 3 of these.
All right, we're back into juggler, but this time no ringmaster to stack. So only the orbit's worth anything here. Everything else is pretty much just disabled on the playfield as far as I know. You cannot get... Whoa. Well, that was fast. Okay, I got one at least. Nothing more shameful than leaving multi-ball with nothing to show for it, but I got one jackpot. Back to WoW for my ringmaster number 4, and the other thing that I need to complete still is acrobats. There you go. One more shot for acrobats. Oh, I still need my high wire multi-ball too. Forgot about that. Normally high wire comes without even trying almost. You're just making shots, but I haven't gotten it yet. Ball 2. All right, one more ringmaster, one more shot for acrobats on the right orbit, and one more shot up the left ramp. And of course we want to stack, so let's get the ringmaster up. Ball caught on the magnet. Come on. There you go. Thankfully, I didn't get a warning there. All right, come on up. All right, let's get that acrobat shot. Yes! Got it. Acrobat's done. All I need is high wire and finish this ringmaster. And of course, what better way to get this ringmaster than with a high wire? Yes! So now we've got the good fortune of a 3-ball multi-ball will almost certainly complete the ringmaster during this multi-ball at the same time. You just get a bunch of hits on it just from the fact that you're in multi-ball. The jackpots are again on the orbits. Let's go. All right, grace period. Yes, thank you. I was like... Oh, brutal. Alright, so that's the last Ringmaster mode, which is now stacked on high wire. I believe when we get out of here, out of this multi-ball, we will be at the basically ready to go join the circus.
Down, Simba.
Alright, let's see what happens. Yes, alright, everything's done. Join the circus is flashing red on the center of the playfield, and now what you need to do is either loop right, left or right. And it's time for the stressful music. It gets me every time the stressful music starts, and then I just play terribly. Alright, let's do it. Multi-step wizard mode here. Step 1.
Welcome to the circus. We need your skills. And now,
Step 1, spell circus. Need to get all these shots. Hardest ones to get, of course, the orbits. Oh, there's the left orbit right off the bat. Got lucky there. And the right! Whoa, nice! We got the 2 hardest ones done. Now I need the ramp. And I believe it's unlimited balls for 20 seconds, so... Not quite enough, almost. Still need that left ramp. Well, that didn't do anything. Oh! Failed to separate there, but back in single ball play, the mode continues. Just need the left ramp. Do have extra ball in bank here. If you drain near the end of one of the steps, you do have to start the step all over again. Oh! Got it. Flippers go dead. Step 1 complete. 10 million points. Alright, step 2 on Cirqus Voltaire. This is alternates between Ringmaster hits and the left rank hits. And you'll see the purple lights complete as I head to completion. Alright. So that's 1. Now I need a left ramp. There you go.
nice shot.
All right, right back. The Ringmaster one is so much easier than the ramp shot. It's like, basically, as soon as you're done with the ramp shot, it's almost time for another one. Of course, the ramp shot is much more doable if you can trap a ball on each flipper, like so. Still not a gimme, but... There you go. All right, back to the Ringmaster. I believe that's 3 now. All right, but down to single ball play. Can't drain anymore. There you go. All right, Ringmaster again. Oh, it didn't register. Sometimes this game does that. Isn't. Thankfully, the targets work, because that was a definitive hit, but. All right, should be one more here. Yeah, flippers are dead. Step 2 complete. All right, step 3, meet the circus. Here, I think it's a bunch of question marks. Shoot 6 lit jackpots. And to start out here, there is nothing lit. What the heck? I think it's supposed to be the orbits, but for whatever reason, they're not showing lit. There you go. All right, now I've got the one on the right. That's not doing anything at this point. I need the right one for sure. All right, try to keep a ball on the right flipper here, if I can, to be able to make that right hand orbit. Did it go? Yes. And now we've got a third ball. All right, both orbits are lit now. And I've got 3 balls.
Oh, yeah. That was unreal.
I'll take either orbit. Oh. Trying to capture, but all right, now only the right one is lit. There you go. Oh, flippers are dead. I think we finished this step. And now step 4, party multi-ball. High wire award. Loop award. So lots of points on the playfield. This is actually the first time I ever get here, so 74 million. And I don't know how this one completes, if it's timed or... I have no idea. I've never made it this far. Oh, I guess when you complete multi-ball, that's it. Where do we go now? Let's see. Oh, we're back in single ball play. I think that's it. We join the circus. I'll jump in here after the fact just to say, yep, at this point the game pretty much starts back at the beginning, with one notable exception, the Ringmaster points. As you collect more Ringmasters, the points continue from where they left on. So the next Ringmaster after you've joined the circus is worth 5 million points, and then it keeps increasing 1 million at a time here. So I won't bore you with the rest of this game. I did collect a few of those to get a grand champion score. All right, well,
And the judges
I think now that's it. Let's see my bonus. 118, not a terrible score. Put our grand champion initials in. Oh, 2 credits, 2 free games. That's it for tonight, folks. Well, folks, that's Circus Voltaire, a wonderful game that's at the same time unique, but also full of pinball history. I hope you found this useful and will join me again next time for more pinball here on Alpha Bravo Pinball. Good night, everyone, and go play some pinball.